Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another reaction video. Today I'm going to be watching, reviewing, and reacting to Season 1, Episode 4 of The Boys. So, if you'll excuse me, my voice is cracking a little. I've had a bit of a laryngitis-y type issue going on over the last few days, and I just filmed another video, and it seems like every day after a short amount of talking, my voice kind of just wears away. So I'm going to try to keep some of the before and after stuff to a minimum this time. I apologize for that in advance. Just one other thing I wanted to briefly touch upon. I have been having some copyright issues with Sony blocking some of my videos for The Boys. And I'm going to keep disputing them. I'm going to keep trying to re-edit. But in the meantime, I do have the reactions, and they come out a week early there on Patreon. If you are interested in supporting me, I'll put a link in the description below. If not, no big deal. And as I said, I'm going to keep trying to re-edit and dispute any copyright post blockings or anything that continues to happen. But seems like I get hit with a lot of these on a lot of series. But anyway, I'm excited to see what we have in store for us today. As I said, my voice is a little bit scratchy, so please do forgive me. I apologize for that. But let's jump into the episode. Episode 4 of The Boys.
I think we should let her go.
No. We're here for the V, and we get out. This isn't a rescue.
Right, but
Like Butcher.
exactly.
She's wants to be breathing.
A person locked in a cage.
God damn it, Frenchie.
Oh, the eyes. Ooh. Okay, baby, yeah, baby, don't let her out.
Let's go! Let's go, you! Come on!
What the fuck? That guy just shot himself rather than... I mean, I guess I'd rather shoot myself than be eviscerated or have my eyes torn out like that. Well, she's got some crazy super abilities going on.
Alright, everyone, it's all over. It's all safe. You're all gonna be fine.
Yay! He's so fake.
Come on now, you guys. Oh, easy, fella. Take it easy. There you go, just relax.
Dude! You just lasered the plane! Yeah, I laser-eyed it. What the fuck, dude? Some restraint. Like, seriously, some restraint. The bullets wouldn't have killed either one of you, so... You didn't have to laser eye him and the whole plane.
You gotta go out there, lift the plane up.
Lift the plane? How? There's nothing to stand on. It's fucking air.
I don't know, fly at it, ram it straight.
With that kind of speed, either the plane goes ass over tit, or I'll punch straight through the hull.
Are we making fun of Superman here?
That was a big one. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. You take everybody one by one, you fly them to the ground.
Come back 123 times? Maeve, think. We're done here.
Please.
You can at least take some people.
Everything's fine. You're okay.
Wait, are you leaving us?
No. I'm just seeing something down the back.
Oh my God, you're leaving. He's leaving us.
I'm not.
Melinda,
course I'm gonna save you. You betcha. We'll save everyone here. Don't worry about it.
It's okay.
No, what? So they can tell the world that we left the rest of them to fucking die?
Come on!
No, man. No, you stay back. All of you, stay back. You stay the fuck back or I'll laser you, goddammit. I'll laser every fucking one of you. Stay back.
True personality comes out.
Don't die with them.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Take my daughter!
At least she feels some guilt about it.
But you're on some fucking bohemian flaky drug shit. Even Huey, who's a fucking white Urkel, is more professional.
White Urkel?
Okay, then help me understand, Frenchie. What happened tonight that
He's a
Mallory had to
fucking
tell
white
Mallory?
Urkel.
Yes, enough. Mallory was our boss, man. We
Ooh,
had orders.
okay.
You were supposed
Info.
to follow him. You were supposed to follow Lamplighter, tail him, but you let him go.
I didn't know.
And Lamplighter goes and tortures Mallory's grandkids.
I didn't know.
It doesn't matter. You didn't follow orders and it cost some lives.
Oh, this is helpful.
Look it off. Look it off. You know what? Fuck this butcher. And fuck you. I'm done. Excuse me.
Come in, White.
You said this time would be different. But this motherfucker's still here doing the same old shit. And we're all gonna fucking end up like Mallory.
Too fast. Right, seriously? Now is not the appropriate time. Plus, you're making things awkward.
This whole thing is
Okay.
awkward.
If I just touch it, will you shut up?
Oh my god.
Shit. Who made you a promise? It's fucked. Hey, Trey! Look, everybody! EJ Train over here! Look, EJ Train!
Shit.
Hey!
Hey, Trey! Hey! Can we take a selfie?
Oh, sure, absolutely. I can take one too.
No. Let me talk to her. Don't be fucking stupid. What if she's a Spice Girl?
Frenchie.
Eh. I mean, she probably could have killed him instantly, so we saw what she did to those other guys. At least she didn't. Right?
They didn't have to die.
Yeah, if you didn't laser the
Homelander and
plane.
Queen Maeve on the scene. Do you have a comment?
Said they didn't have to die. We arrived 3 minutes after the plane went down. Why? Because we're not in the chain of command.
Oh, here we go.
NORAD called us before they scrambled jets, then we could have saved them. 123 men, women, and children.
So did he laser the plane on purpose to do this? He fucking did, didn't he?
But if they let us
He
into
did.
the military, then that this will never happen again. That is my solemn promise to you. Right, Maeve? Talk to your congressman. Talk to them. They'll listen to the people.
Oh my
Together-
god. And
Together,
she's
we
loving
will make
it.
sure that this never happens to our great nation ever again. God bless you. God bless America.
We hear you, Homelander!
And I hear you, brother. I hear you. And the world hears you. And very, very soon, my friend, whoever did this to us will hear from all of us.
Well, Maeve doesn't seem all that pleased about the situation. So, okay, well, episode 4 was insane. So, alright. Kind of the biggest thing to talk about with this episode is everything revolving around Homelander and the depths that he will sink to. So let's save that for the end. I'll come back to that. So a couple other things to touch upon. So the storyline around the Compound V continues to unfold with A-Train going to new and vicious lengths. So basically this is kind of like a steroid sort of thing for superheroes, but perhaps I don't know if it's just strengthening their power or if it is like straight up giving power, because I guess that's what the mystery with this girl is kind of revolving around. Is she already like a kind of like Wolverine type superhero born with that naturally, or what? I don't know, but she's involved with the V pushers who are now dead. They had her locked in a cage, but so now that they have her though, now that they've gassed her and presumably will be chaining her up so that she cannot attack them, I'm assuming that they're gonna try and get some information out of her, though she doesn't seem particularly vocal. So we'll see how that story continues to progress. We also see Huey and Annie continuing to develop a relationship, and as they have continued to lay the groundwork of the idea that Huey does have genuine feelings for her forming, but at the same time he has this ulterior motive, and they're kind of conflicting with each other. So as I said, that's kind of like a you know, it's not something that's original or never been done before, but I don't have a problem with it. You know, it makes sense in the context of the story. And speaking of Huey, White Urkel, that was great. That and the Spice Girls thing, two ridiculous things but hilarious in this episode. Just another thing just to mention, and this doesn't necessarily per se have to do with the content of the show, but I've spent a lot of time in some of the parts of New York where this was filmed, and a lot of this episode was actually filmed in Penn Station, and I've spent a ton of time in Penn Station commuting in and out. But so it's just very weird seeing all these places on film so much, seeing all of it happening there, and have a lot of memories. So it's funny. But anyway, that was an aside. So yeah, but before the Homelander thing, one other thing so the Deep is having a complete and total breakdown. I guess a lack of confidence in both himself and his place there, and whether he's respected, and also, you know, just now that he's actually going to be facing some consequences for his actions, it's hard to feel sorry for him after what he did to Annie, but yeah, I can't really feel sorry for him, and now I just blame him for what happened to that dolphin. So, but that was insane. That was ridiculous. I definitely did not see any of that coming. And all right, so let's get to the meaty meat of the episode, which is really Homelander and what he is capable of and willing to do in order to try and not only get what he wants, but I guess kind of prove himself, whether it's just to Madeline or to whoever the Mr. Edgar is. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if he's trying to prove himself to Mr. Edgar or to Madeline, or just to himself or what. But he clearly wants to demonstrate that he is capable of putting together plans and then enacting them. So, you know, it started out with little things like about what he should say in the speech, and he mentioned previously before the show took place that he decided on the flag cape or whatever. And he's saying that he has ideas and he can do things. And it seems to me that one of his ideas was, hey, here's this plane that's been hijacked. Instead of actually going and saving them, why don't I make that plane crash into the fucking ocean, and then I can use that by saying that we didn't get there on time because we weren't a part of the chain of command. So we can use that to manipulate people into wanting us to be, you know, actually involved in the military. And at first, you know, when the scene was actually happening, I was sitting there and I was like, why did you have to laser him? I thought that it was just kind of a hot-headed stupidity sort of thing. Superheroes not thinking about the long-term consequences of their actions because of their capabilities. You know, sort of like A-Train when he's running through people and making them explode. And I do think that that is one of the underlying themes of the show, is that people with these great powers don't necessarily know how to control them or realize what is happening. You know, that Popclaw too, you know, when she cracked that guy's head open, especially when they're in a heightened emotional state or on drugs or whatever. So that is certainly a theme of the show that they're going with, and I thought that that was kind of just more an example of that at first when it was happening. But then when he came out with that little speech for the cameras, then I started to think, you know what? Actually, it makes way more sense that he did that on purpose. But, I mean, he made it look like an accident because Maeve was there. But he did that on purpose, because he could have easily just taken out that hijacker without using his laser eyes, without causing any damage to the plane. And then, I don't know when he came up with this idea, but I think, I mean, you tell me if you guys agree or not, but I think that it's not just that he consciously chose not to try to save people, but he chose to kill all those people for his purposes. And it was really, it was a messed up whole sequence. The scene in watching him kind of just smiling and being completely fake with people, knowing that he was going to be sending them to their deaths, and then seeing how he has not only no compassion when the people are begging for their lives, but that he's actually becoming angry at them for daring to try to beg for their lives almost. And so this episode, I think one thing that it really did demonstrate is Annie is not the only one of these superheroes that is not, you know, completely fucked up. It's clear that, you know, with Maeve and the Deep, they've become pretty fucked up and they've done some terrible things, but it's clear we can see, and A-Train, that they, maybe that isn't how they all kind of started out, and that they have, you know, compassion and they feel guilt and they feel uncertain about their place, and you know, that a lot of what they've become could be a consequence of, you know, the corporate structure and everything that's expected of them, and maybe, you know, Homelander being an abusive leader, I don't know. So it really kind of highlights the difference between all of them and him, Homelander, who seems to be just completely devoid of any empathy or compassion and just a monster all the way through. But I know some people had mentioned before the performance by the actor playing Homelander, and I agree. He's doing an absolutely fantastic job. He's killing it. So it was a great episode. Crazy, but a great episode. All right, so I think I'm gonna wrap this up here. If you have questions or comments, please do feel free to leave them down below. Otherwise, I'll just say thank you very much for joining me this evening, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.